Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the 2022 Humans to Mars Summit, coming to you from George Washington University, smack dab in the center of Washington, D.C. Actually, I don't know if we're in the center, but it's a great location. I'm Matt Kaplan from the Planetary Society and Planetary Radio.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Beth Mund, welcoming you back to our second day here. I think we're in the center of it all.
We certainly are at the center of the universe for this week in Washington with this amazing lineup of folks. And that program is about to get underway on the stage down behind us here. There is somebody that we wanted to say hello to before that gets underway. So Janet Ivey, welcome.
Good morning, Matt and Beth, and good morning to all of you. I know it may be early in some places that are watching. Wherever you're watching from, we just want to say thank you for being here and being part of our community.
President of this organization, Explore Mars, the people who bring us humans to Mars every year, but you are all over the place. Sister organizations, National Space Society, and of course all your own activities. I mean, weren't you responsible for those great kids that we got to talk to yesterday?
Great.
I don't take any responsibility other than I was given the amazing privilege to cheerlead for their genius. It's like they were already genius. They happened to cross my path and I said, woohoo, go get them, you know. I always hesitate. People go, oh, those are your students. And I'm like, no, I think I might be their student. I'm just here to make sure to encourage them to stand in their inherent magnificence. I'm the conduit too. And it was fun to watch these kids that were from 9 years old all the way up to 14 networking with space industry. Because I'm going, that's the pipeline, right? We want the workforce. They're going to be the ones to do the good work. So I'm just their cheerleader.
Oh, Matt, she's so humble. All the kids and the big kids. I just saw her hug 2 big kids on the way in who found her because it's Janet.
And they give you lots of credit. I mean, you heard the question I asked them. Do you know any grown-ups who are more passionate, enthusiastic about space than Janet Ivey? And they gave the correct answer, which was no. What drives you with all this?
What drives me is to see a 9-year-old stand up and ask, will China and Russia ever join the Artemis Accords? Or to know that I've got students that are winning contests and already thinking about becoming engineers in aerospace. It's just so fun to me to have a science and space literate world and to be a small part of cheerleading for those kids. I was up early this morning talking with teachers down in South Africa about how we can create a space kind of month down there so that kids all over the globe can enjoy the wonders of space and think about where they might be on the moon or Mars or beyond in the next 20 to 30 years.
And thank you so much for everything you've done to help us get to here. Returning in person, that means a lot. And so many people have been looking forward to seeing you and Chris to thank you. So on behalf of everyone, we thank you.
Well, we thank everybody. Again, thank you for joining us virtually and really sticking through us through the last 25 months. And thanks to everyone who's now filling the auditorium. It feels really good to see people in person again.
Janet Ivey, president of Explore Mars. Janet's planet, it's definitely your planet today, Janet. Thank you. We'll see you on stage. And actually, we'll also see you on stage a couple of times in our breakout sessions today, right?
We're going to be talking about analogs. We're going to be talking about how we live on Mars. Us human sacks of bacteria being so precious and fragile and all the things we're going to need to take with us.
What have you got coming up?
I've got the STEM and entertainment panel. I'm super excited. We've got some major interesting people that are going to tell you about how kind of like Inspiration 4 and Netflix and Star Trek and all of these things are really kind of becoming quite vogue to do entertainment that has a real life science component to it. So I'm excited. But you guys are doing amazing. We're so very lucky to have both Matt Kaplan and Beth Mund. If you got to listen to him on Planetary Radio and check out her podcast, The Casual Podcast. And I got to run, guys.
Okay. Bye, Janet. Live long and prosper. So that's a little bit of a preview of what's coming up today. I know we're getting ready to start down on the stage. I think Chris Carberry, the CEO of Explore Mars, CEO and founder of Explore Mars, is getting ready. I think we may have a couple more minutes as people continue to file into Beth's auditorium. Is there anything else that in specific that you're looking forward to?
Oh my goodness, the students were the highlight yesterday. Today I'm looking for those panel experts and of course that STEM and entertainment panel. How about you?
Well, I'm looking forward to right up front of course that. I love that intersection of art and science. But this very first panel that's led by, I think she must be a friend of both of ours, Tanya Harrison, which is The World Goes to Mars International Science Missions. And it has a terrific representation from around the world, including Lori Glaze, the director of the Planetary Science Division at NASA.
Dr. Tanya was here yesterday signing books, and if you don't have a copy of her book, I highly recommend it. And you know, she's one of our featured speakers that comes back on our webinars that we host throughout the year. So you don't have to be here in person if you can't get here to DC. Watch us throughout the year as we have wonderful guests like Dr. Tanya of Mars speaking to us as members here at Explore Mars.
And you host some of those. I also do some of those for Explore Mars, right?
They're fun. Yeah, you get to meet a lot of folks in a more intimate setting. It's really great.
Anyway, that's a sign of the lineup that we have all day long. I'm told we are ready to start down at the podium. Chris Carberry has taken his place. We'll be with you during the breaks or going into the breaks and into the lunch break today with more great people, including some of the sponsors who've made all of this possible for Explore Mars. So I hope you'll be sticking with us for as long as you can, preferably all day. We will see you again in a few minutes.
Let's get this started. Woo, day 2.
I assume you're done. I can't hear you up there. Welcome, everybody, to Day 2 of the Humans to Mars Summit. We had a wonderful day yesterday. Thank you to everybody who was able to come to the reception upstairs. I think it went wonderfully, and yesterday's programming, I think, went very well. So thank you, everybody, for being here again. Just a few housekeeping announcements, a few other things. Okay, so today is a little more complicated with the schedule. We have a great lineup, but you may recall we have breakout sessions in the afternoon. One of them will be in here, and it should all be on your schedule, but there's also a room called the amphitheater. That is up on the 3rd floor. When you get off the elevator, turn to the right. It's all the way down to the end of the hall. There will be a sign. There's another breakout in room 310, also on the 3rd floor, shockingly, and that's also down to the right, but then another right. And so once again, there will be a sign there. So hopefully you'll find that okay. For those of you who have signed up for the speaker's lunch, it's completely full. That's also on the 3rd floor in the grand ballroom where we had the reception last night. And tonight's whiskey reception, Ardbeg whiskey reception, is tonight in the City View Room in the Elliott School of Government, which is at 1957 East Street, Northwest. When you walk out the building, you kind of walk down to the right as far as you can and then turn left on East Street. So I think we may have maps up front. If not, we will make sure that you have instructions for those of you who have signed up for that. We will have book signings today. Of course, our speaker lunch will have Mark Hartzman, so he will be signing during and after that lunch in the afternoon, and we're going to arrange a few other of our signers to sign throughout the day as well. Please turn off your phones or turn down your phones. And for those of you who weren't here yesterday, there is Wi-Fi. You go to GW Connect, then you have to fill out a form, basically create an account with GW, and they'll email you a password. It's a little complicated, but you'll get there. And I also, one other thing, a little bit different with our breakout sessions. We will be coming back here at the end of the breakout sessions for a final session before we go to our reception. There will be a special presentation by Larry Kuznets, who's going to kind of show what he's been doing during COVID. Pretty exciting, pretty inspirational, and I think you'll really enjoy his demonstration. Very Mars-related, but also quite beneficial to Earth as well. But before I bring on Janet Ivey, I want to thank our sponsors, our gold sponsor, Aerojet Rocketdyne, our silver sponsor, Lockheed Martin, our premier partner, Singularity University, bronze sponsors, Northrop Grumman and Collins Aerospace, patron sponsor, Paragon Space Development Corporation, our webcast sponsor, the National Institute of Aerospace, our advocate sponsors, Colonize Mars, the American Astronautical Society, the Coalition for Deep Space Exploration, the IPN Group, friend sponsors MDA, Honeybee Robotics, Draper Labs, Aleph Farms, Qualtech, and Two Planet Species, and our libation sponsors, Ardbeg and Olson Wine. So thank you very much to our sponsors. We could not do this conference without you, but without further ado, I want to bring out the president of Explore Mars, Janet Ivey.